What is up, guys, and welcome back to the video, and today we have 10 things you didn't know about Batman. Coming in as number 10, we have Batman vs. Darkseid. Darkseid is one of the biggest villains in the DC universe, and he's one of the few people who can go toe-to-toe with the Man of Steel himself. Even though Darkseid is a powerful god, and Batman is just a mortal, the Dark Knight still managed to beat the villain not once, but twice. The first time he defeated him was when Darkseid blasted him with the Omega Sanction beams, which is what caused Batman to shoot him with the god-killing gun. The second time he beat Darkseid was when he decided to use a Hellbat costume, which was actually designed by the Justice League. This costume gave more strength and allowed him to have a long brawl with Darkseid. At the end, he completed his mission and saved his son, Damian Wayne. The reason why this is such a major accomplishment is because it usually takes many Justice League members to defeat Darkseid, yet Batman managed to do it all by himself. Number 9, Batman and the Yellow Lantern. If you're a big fan of the Green Lantern and Batman, then you might know that Batman had a chance to become the Yellow Lantern, but he refused to accept the ring. The Yellow Power Ring seeks out individuals who have the ability to instill great fear. The ring chose Batman because criminals are so scared of him. Some fans were a little disappointed when Batman chose to not accept the ring, but the reason why he didn't want it is probably because he did not want to join the Sinestro Corps. Also, the Yellow Power Ring was designed to take advantage of Green Lantern's weaknesses, and Batman would never do anything to betray his close friends. Another thing that many people don't know about is the one-shot comic book, Batman in Darkest Night. This comic showed what would have happened if Batman became the Green Lantern instead of Hal Jordan. Number 8, Batman and Wolverine. In 1996, a character named Dark Claw was made, and he is a part of the Amalag Comics, which was a publishing imprint shared by DC and Marvel. Basically, they combined their characters to form a new one. They created a character named Super Soldier, who is a combination of Superman and Captain America, and Spider-Boy, who is a combination of Superboy and Spider-Man. Dark Claw is the most well-known character in the Amalag universe, and he is the result of Batman merging with Wolverine. His real name is Logan Wayne, and just like Bruce Wayne, he witnessed his parents being murdered. Also, Dark Claw fights crime because he wants to avenge his parents' death. He has a sidekick named Sparrow, who is a mix of Robin and Jubilee, and his main villain is the Hyena, who is a mix of the Joker and Sabretooth. Number 7, Batman used to kill people. It's really hard to imagine Batman killing people, but he's actually done it many times in the past. The first few Batman comics were actually very violent. As most people know, Batman is not a big fan of guns, but that doesn't mean he's never used one. If you're one of the fans who likes the good side of Batman and does not like it when he kills people, then you will most likely hate the Golden Age Batman. Golden Age Batman always used a gun, and he was not afraid of killing people. The worst part about Batman killing his enemies is that he never felt bad about it. In the 33rd issue of the Detective Comics, Batman was finally starting to act more like a superhero instead of an anti-hero. He developed a moral code and no longer kills his villains because he does not want to sink to that level of the man who murdered his parents. Number 6, Seduction of the Innocent. This is a book that was published in 1954, and it was written by a man named Frederick Wertham. He was a psychiatrist who strongly believed that comic books are a negative form of literature and a serious cause of juvenile delinquency. He criticized comics by saying that they advertise violent stories. To prove one of his points, he said that the Batman stories are psychologically homosexual. According to him, Batman and his sidekick Robin are gay and might even be in a relationship with each other. It's very weird since Bruce and Dick have a very big age gap, and he truly believes that any child who reads Batman comics will be homosexual fantasies. Batman wasn't the only DC character he criticized. He also hated on Wonder Woman and Superman. At the time, his book was actually a bestseller, and parents were starting to worry about their children reading comics. Number 5, Martha Wayne as the Joker. As soon as the Joker made an appearance in the Batman comics, people have been creating theories about his identity. Some people think that he is Jason Todd's father, while others think that the Joker used to be in the military and is now struggling with PTSD. DC did promise to reveal Joker's identity in the 50th issue of Justice League, but that never happened. Instead, they just revealed that there are actually 3 Jokers. In the Flashpoint Paradox storyline, Barry goes back in time to save his mother, which for some reason causes Batman's life to change the most. Bruce died that night in the alley instead of his parents. This led to Thomas Wayne becoming a much darker Batman and Martha Wayne becoming the Joker. This reveal was one that many fans did not expect, because who would have thought that Bruce's mother would become his biggest enemy? Number 4, Robin was only supposed to appear once. Robin has become such an important character, and many fans have really grown to love him. It's almost impossible to imagine Batman not having a sidekick. The creator of Batman, Bob Kane, came up with the amazing idea to give his hero a sidekick. But the comic book editor at the time absolutely hated the idea. He thought that Batman was better off on his own and didn't think that he needed any help. The 38th issue of the Detective Comics was supposed to be Dick Grayson's first and last appearance, but luckily it wasn't. The comic sold twice as much as the previous issues, and many fans liked the idea of Batman having a partner. The creator of Batman decided to make Robin a permanent character in the comics, which is one of the best decisions he's ever made. Dick Grayson is now a fan favorite character, and many people love him as Nightwing. Number 3, many popular characters come from TV shows. Most fans agree that Batman the Animated Series was one of DC's best animated TV shows. The best part about the show is that fans were introduced to many amazing characters. Some people think that Harley Quinn originated from the comics, but she actually made her debut in the Batman Animated Series episode titled Joker's Favor. She started off in the animated show, but ended up becoming a very important villain and Suicide Squad member. A bit over a month ago, the Suicide Squad movie came out, and Harley Quinn was literally the most talked about villain. Another character who made her debut in the show is Renee Montoya. She is known as The Question, and she's also a detective from Gotham City Police Department. Number 2, The Dark Knight Returns had awful reviews. Many people consider The Dark Knight Returns one of the greatest Batman stories, but there was a time when some people actually hated it. When the comic book first came out, critics were not happy about it. The New York Times did not like the way Batman and Superman were portrayed in it and thought that the plot was very difficult to follow. Also, they didn't like how the comic was crammed with too much text. Another reason why some critics were not a big fan of the comic is because they didn't like the idea of Batman and Superman fighting each other. Some people may have hated it a long time ago, but now it is one of DC's most iconic comic books. When the animated movie came out in 2012, everyone loved it. The movie received a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and almost every critic thought it was an amazing film. And number 1, Batman knows how to stop the Justice League. Batman is the smartest superhero to ever exist, and he's the only one who knows how to destroy his own team. He came up with plans to stop the Justice League just in case one of the members decides to join the dark side. Batman knows how Wonder Woman never gives up, so his plan to stop her would be to make sure he has a very long fight because Diana won't stop until she passes out. Batman's plan to defeat Martian Manhunter involves putting magnesium carbonate in his system because it is disruptive to Martian biology. In order to stop the Flash, Batman's plan is to attach a bomb onto his wrist, and the only way to prevent it from exploding is to run and never stop running. For Green Lantern, Batman's plan is to make Hal believe that he doesn't deserve his powers, so he will give his own ring up. And finally, if Batman ever has to stop Superman, he would shoot a kryptonite bullet straight into his heart. Villains have been trying to come up with ways to defeat the Justice League for a very long time, but they always win. Batman might be the only character who is capable of ending the Justice League. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this 10 things you didn't know about, and any character in the comic book industry, or even a movie actor, celebrity, whatever the case is. Comment down what you want to see next. I will see you all in the next video.